Hello, hello, hello. How are we on this marvelous morning? Today's feature artist goes by the name of, give me 1 second, DAT2T Animations. And today we kick off this Halloween spirit that we got going on right now. We bring to you There's a Man in the Woods. Now, this is a short that I really like personally. Um, very original, very true to form, takes advantage of the fundamentals. You'll understand what I mean by that once we actually watch it. But essentially, it is a poetic tale that tells the tale of a young boy who is being raised by very irresponsible parents that allows their child to tell lies. You know, the type of parent that's like, oh, my son's a perfect little angel. Meanwhile, he's the complete opposite. He's a whole devil in disguise. Tells a lie, says that there's a man in the woods, and, you know, oh, he's a crazy man, and this and that, and causes one of the members of the school, one of the school staff members, to lose their job because of it. And the story takes off from there. I don't want to reveal too much. It's a very well written, very well delivered, very satisfying story. That may be a little morbid, maybe not. We are believers in justice over here, you know. We're big proponents for justice. As far as that 2T animations, they really don't have too much of a online presence. They do have a few shorts. If you want to check out their YouTube and check out their other shorts, I'll leave a YouTube link in the description of the video. But yeah, man, I done scoured the internet a few times trying to find, anything on them. I used a couple of different search engines and really couldn't come across much from them or about them. So if you guys have any information on that animation or that 2T animation, feel free to leave anything you find in the description. And let me just remind any aspiring artist or any aspiring creatives, period, out there that want to, you know, make their talent, make their hobby, make their passion a career, right? Don't be scared to share what you have, and don't be scared to share across the internet on multiple different platforms. Remember, regardless of the reception you may receive in one space, in one area, there's still a ton of people out there that would love to see what you have to offer. You know what I'm saying? Everything has an audience. So don't alienate yourself, you know? Now, granted, maybe that 2T Animations is just a passion guy. Maybe he's just doing this for the fun of it. And, you like it, we love it. We just want to see more of it, quite honestly. That's all. But yeah, this is going to be a short one because there's really not too much to say about him. Um, Very good animation, and we would love to see more of it. That's all that we got. All I got for you. Um, if you're a diehard creative, diehard animator, diehard gamer, diehard cosplayer, diehard actor, voice actress, 3D animation, 2D animation, game developer, script writer, author. If you do anything that's creative, we don't care what it is, you know. We want to see it. So, come and become a member if you're a diehard creative, diehard artist, diehard fan. If you're a diehard fan, right? Diehard fan of the arts. We're diehard fan of the arts, all of it. Diehard musicians. Then come on down to Beyond. Come become a member. There's a ton of stuff we want to do. A ton of competitions we want to have. We want to have giveaways. We want to have competitions with cash prizes. We want to contribute to the creative zeitgeist. So yeah, we want to put money in you guys' pockets. We want to put fans in your stands. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, come on down, show us some support so we can give it right back and pay it forward. Like, share, subscribe, and without further ado, bring you guys DAT2T's animations. There is a man in the woods. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys on the next one.
There's a man in the woods. What a spectacle. Before the story started, this school was still respectable. My students used to skip down the hill to the honeysuckle, pluck a couple, and collect their nectar till they picked their fill. Except one obnoxious kid, Sid, who just watched them eat the flowers while he seethed and scowled because he couldn't bear to share his sweet treats throughout our recess hour. I remember Sid saying, "There's a man in the woods." That's how the rumors began. Of course, Sid had spotted him first. The poor kids. He got him immersed in a spiel about a serial killer whose gun barrel glint hints at peril. A visit to the nurse, or worse, a hearse, waiting just beyond the dale. The children saw him everywhere. "Look, over there. That man had Batman ears, we swear, and crazy yellow eyes. We saw something rusty. His shotgun? It must be. I saw a lady's severed thigh." Trust me, every word I heard was absurd. Yet each day, Sid would stray down way past the playground. Who else was brave enough to save us from the killer's next plot? The rest of the lot would stop back at the blacktop, sure that any closer they were bound to be found deep in the woods, left to rot. I pleaded for the kids to think and learn to be mature, but after a few more rumors doomed my attempts to prove the school was secure, their fear was undeterred, and when the buses drove them all home, the parents finally heard. Everything just blew up. I received a wall of emails and calls full of shrieks, wails, and all from terrified families who'd heard word of the murderer and didn't like my lack of action at all. What was I supposed to do? Comb the whole forest? Yeah, right. Would you? That means I didn't care? That's not fair. The stories that were you weren't true. Of course I would feel regret had there been a real threat and I ignored it, and some poor kid got kidnapped while the kids were napping. But you couldn't admit that your good little kid would formulate a fib, so you ignored what I said. Your little angels could never cook up such incredible creations. An overactive imagination maybe, but my kid could never lie. How dare I? Accuse a child of being dishonest? Just monstrous. The parents were displeased, and when the PTA took action, they dismissed me from the classroom. Like they knew what was best for their kids. Do you know how difficult it is to get a job when a bitter mom slanders your rep with child neglect from the outset? Now who's in control of your classes? Single file lines? Single file lines. Little vile swine, a killer by the pines. Really? Are you blind? Will you find your spines? Sid, a child decides to fill our minds with lies, and the next thing you see is people treating me like I'm committing crimes. I was in my prime. Those kids were lucky to have me. Do you see what you did? But I can play along. I can be good. Do you hear that, Sid? There's a man in the woods.